You can't fart unless a man's hand is on your shoulder. You passed out at a Trey Songz concert. Yeah, you. You the one who tackled Magic Johnson inside of a Red Cross. Yes, you. You a weirdo, but you here, so we might as well get into it. Welcome to the Charlie Newhart Show. Like and subscribe if you like real content. If not, just get off.
Give it up for Charlie Newhart. Come on.
What up? Weird stuff going on. You know, people was complaining about the signage of the Cracker Barrel and whatever the case may be, complaining because they dropped some letters or words, blah, blah, blah. Because you don't understand commerce, you don't understand business, and most people don't. So think about it. Let's go back to the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Every Pizza Hut looked the same, red and black building. Every McDonald's looked the same. You know what I'm saying? Yellow, orange, with the playscape in front. Every single building that was attributed to a specific franchise all had the same look. Most franchises, McDonald's specializes in real estate more than burgers. Same with Pizza Hut, same with Cracker Barrel, same with these businesses. So what happens is, like, you can tell when you walk into a place of business and it look like an old Pizza Hut. It's red and black awnings, blah, blah, blah. So they starting to really wise up in corporate America. Like, wait a minute. We own the land. We own the building. Why are we making these buildings specific to this franchise? What happens when the building goes out of this business, like goes out of business? We still own the land. We still own the building. So what they doing now is franchises are starting to make all the buildings look the same. They square, black and gray, where all you got to do is replace the sign on the front. So it's a square black and gray building with a Pizza Hut sign on the front. And that runs for 10 years. It runs out of business, goes out of business. They pull the Pizza Hut sign off. They could put anything on the front and replace it. Now it's a cell phone store or whatever the case may be. Same with Cracker Barrel. That's why they was changing the name and the signage. Same with McDonald's. If you notice, most new McDonald's now, black and gray building with a McDonald's arches on the front, no more playscapes. Because now when the McDonald's goes out of business, they pull the arches off. You can repurpose the building. It's a cell phone store now. It's a yoga studio. Like, I'm surprised they didn't come up with this like 30, 40 years ago. Like, don't nobody want to... It's nothing stranger than walking in a black and red old Pizza Hut and now they serving Mexican food. It's like, wait a minute, man, this used to be deep dish pizzas in this boy. Or walking in a McDonald's with a playscape in front of an old McDonald's and now it's a yoga studio. Like, wait a minute, man, that might not be a bad idea. My kids can play in the front in the playscape while I do yoga. Like, this wasn't a smart business move. Now they're starting to wise up. Okay, if these businesses don't stay in place for a long season, we can take the building, we could take the sign off the front, repurpose this building. Because think about it, all the McDonald's that you walk in, McDonald's Corporation owns the land and they own the building. But the franchisee just kind of like leases the trademark and the license to use to sell burgers. You got to do it based on McDonald's style. But it's like, if you go out of business, you don't own that building. You don't own that land. That's the McDonald's franchise. So you buying permission to sell burgers on their property. Like, I don't know. I'm passionate about ownership at this point, which is why I don't mind blowing everything up so that I can own. You know what I'm saying? If you renting and you running a comedy show at Laugh Factory, somebody else's club, you own somebody else's podcast, or you living in a house you rent, you just renting everything. You don't own nothing. What you gonna leave your kids? You know, I be seeing these people, they be leaving these podcasts all upset. Like, man, first of all, you got to be there for a season of time to learn and build relationship, but eventually branch out and do your own. But if all you doing is just leaning on everybody and renting. You don't own nothing. Like, man, come on, bro. That's how I feel about franchising. Now, I mean, if I got super dumb paper and I got 100 McDonald's, maybe that's a different story. But keep in mind, you don't own the land. You don't own the building. Like what you standing on right now, you look down at your feet. What you standing on, God ain't making no more land. Buy some land. Ownership is the key. That's what I wanted to start out with, right off at the top. Let's go into Gloria James. LeBron James' mom is the GOAT. Love LeBron James' mom. She had sex with, I think, Stephen Curry in the Cleveland Cavaliers locker room years ago. I actually totally lied. That was actually Delonte West. It was another light-skinned dude. But when she did that, LeBron was forced to leave the Cleveland Cavaliers out of embarrassment and, hurt. So but he knew that he was going to have to take his mama with him wherever he went. So, you got a mama with you that it ain't no telling who she going to have sex with. One of my teammates, like, that's a liability. LeBron was very smart. He chose to go to the Miami Heat. Team full of gay dudes. Smart man. Incredibly wise man. And that team went on to win back-to-back championships in 2012 and 2013. So I have to say this. Gloria James, goddamn hero. She's a legend. LeBron James' mom, Gloria, is probably, I don't want to get emotional on this, but she's like one of the greatest human beings alive. If she wouldn't have let Delonte West smack, do we get the back-to-back championships in 2012, 2013? Do we get the highlights of LeBron James dunking on Jason Terry, the meanest LeBron James we ever seen? We don't get that without Gloria giving up the cakes. If you're listening to this, thank you, Gloria James. I appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate Sonya Curry. Do we get a Steph Curry if Sonya Curry's not out here giving up the cakes to everybody on the planet? I just want to say a special thank you to these NBA moms who give up cakes for the betterment of their kids. You're a soldier. Sonya Curry, Gloria James. This is for you. Sonya Curry, I wouldn't have minded getting a shot at Sonya Curry. To have my stepson be Steph Curry, you see my son out there? 45 points. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Shout out to Sonya and Gloria. They're good kids. Really good kids. What's crazy is we in the middle of this information age now. There's so much information that's happening to us now. I don't see how people can take it. It's overload. Like, I got a manager that runs my social media. Like, I don't know what's going on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Like, it's just too much information. I don't know how y'all can be on there scrolling on a regular basis. It's just information overload, and 90% of it ain't even true. I could say whatever I want. If people question, there's no fact checking. Like, I could literally say, would it be, somebody could rewrite history and say, it wasn't Delonte West, it was Steph Curry. And people will believe it. Like, it's the weirdest time in society right now, dog. Weird. I don't want to jump ahead, but, I have a personal theory about fatherless athletes. I feel like one of the reasons the athletes from the 80s and 90s and more, let's say 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, I feel like those athletes was a little bit more refined because most of them had a father. You never heard Michael Jordan say, "I'm the best." I'm the greatest in the world. Or even Kobe. Like, most of these athletes who had fathers behaved on the court, on and off the court. Okay, Kobe did bend a chick over in a couch in Colorado. He was a little different. He was kind of beefed out with his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying these men didn't have flaws, but he's just a different type of athlete with a father. Different kind of athlete that had a dad back in the day. Back in the day, I mean, Bronny James got a dad, but it's like it's kind of a weird thing. Like, he's not really. LeBron didn't have a father. He's one of the GOATs, but he's a weirdo off the court. He lies. I mean, he's got some great accomplishments, though. You know, he got a school in Akron, and you know, we don't hear a lot of scandal. He protects the brand. Great deal with Nike. Longest, you know, one of the longest playing NBA players in the league. Like, I ain't taking away from his greatness, but he's a strange dude off the court. Why would you hold on to a Malcolm X book and talk about it and we can tell you ain't read it? Like, he lied to. He's just weird. And I think that's because he ain't no daddy. And to be totally honest, a lot of these dudes out here in the world who had absent dads, and it just these dudes is kind of weird, man. Now, if you had a male figure in your life, an uncle, a cousin, big homie, something like that, somebody to look up to give you some real game growing up, that's a different story. But it's like some of these dudes who didn't have no daddy or no real male influence, man, these dudes is kind of, they a little weird. Like, dog, you don't see, we know you lying, bro. What's in the Malcolm X book? Man, just a lot of, I don't know what he said, but it's like, man, bro. Come on, man. I can't even watch that Shop Talk podcast thing. As soon as he opened his mouth, I'm like, man, I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen to dog. Just hoop. I don't mind. Shut up and play. I don't mind. I'm like them white people, man. Just shut up and play. I don't want to hear your opinions because you lying. You ain't well read. You ain't really got no back. You don't know nothing, dog. Just shut up. The person who raised you is having sex with your teammates, my man. We don't want to listen to you, dog. Just hoop. That's a whole nother story. It's a whole nother story. Let's go to the 90s. The Batman movie, 1992. Me and my brother went with a friend of mine to the movie, to the drive-in with his mom. She drove to the drive-in. And we at the drive-in, we go to use the bathroom on the little intermission break. Me and my brother, homeboy I grew up with, we walk in there. My homie pulls his pants down, takes a shit on the floor in front of everybody in the bathroom and laughed about it. And then he pulled his pants up and ran out laughing like, man, did y'all see that? I don't know, man. I know like 92, I think I was in like the 8th grade, 9th grade. I felt some type of way about that. Like, man, why did you think it was cool to doodle on the floor in the bathroom at the drive-in? And not only that, you didn't wipe right after that, and you ain't wash your hands, dog. And you laughed like that was cool. You did it so casually. Like, that means you didn't did it before. You the dude who doodles on the floor and thinks it's cool. I didn't want to be friends with dog after that, man. I was like, I don't like my man's, man. My man's doodled on the floor. He ain't washed his hands. You know what I'm saying? He think it's cool. Fast forward, class reunion, 2015. You know, I graduated in 95, 20-year reunion. I see dog at the reunion. I said, hey, my man, remember when you doodled on the floor in the bathroom at the drive-in? You know what he said? He said, man, it's crazy. Yeah, man, I remember that, man. It's crazy, man. It was the 90s. What? So you telling me just because it's the 90s, you got a pass to just doodle on the floor in the bathroom, man? If that's your excuse, I still don't want to be cool with you, man. Doodling on the floor is not cool in any decade, man. Especially not wiping and washing your hands, dog. You tripping. tripping, bro. I miss the 80s and 90s. Grew up in Romulus, Michigan, a suburb from Detroit, about 25, 30 minutes from Detroit. And I can remember going to the flea market every weekend to go get parts for my mini bike. Waking up in the morning, we had the video game, the Intellivision. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was like the rival to the Atari. Atari ended up winning out market numbers, but we had an Intellivision playing those games, playing video games in the morning, watching cartoons Saturday morning, eating real cereal. Trick cereal tasted different back then than they do now. I don't know what, they didn't change the ingredients, but it was like clockwork. I wake up Saturday morning, watch some cartoons, play video games, then television, not too long. Get out, get on my bike, ride to the flea market, buy some parts for my mini bike, come back to the house, work on my mini bike, and ride that all day. Ride it through the day, and then we would swim at night. We had a pool in the backyard. We had a tree house right over the pool. We could jump off the tree house. Like, I grew up with both my parents. I grew up in a loving two-parent, stable home with a tree house and a pool. We had mini bikes and four-wheelers and dirt bikes. Jumping off the tree house, I'm just saying that because I'm just not like, you know, a lot of dudes or chicks. I grew up in a stable home, but then, you know, I had the cancer at 15. That's what made me crazy. But I ain't never been no thug or no street dude. I've been a two-parent, church-going dude my whole life. I was just playing. I just wanted to get out there in the street and see what was going on. But anyway, I miss the 80s and 90s. We went to First Baptist Church in Romulus, Michigan, and everybody would come to our house because we had the pool. We would have the 4th of July parties and all that type of stuff at the house. Man, I miss that. I miss that sense of community, man. I kind of feel like Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs have been a part of ruining community. Because online community ain't the same as in-person, like barbecues and pool parties and just coming together. Like, our house was the spot. You know what I'm saying? And we went camping and we had community at the church. We would go camping together. It's just, I think I miss real community. It's just so, I know the pandemic made everything weird, but I miss real community. So why am I saying all this, man? Do your part to reconnect with real community. Call people. Is that on the list? I don't want to. Yeah, that's it. That's the next one. Call and check on people, man. Don't just send. You know what has replaced real conversation? Sending each other memes. Texting in the group chat. Man, call somebody, man. My cousin called me last night. We talked for about an hour. I'm so proud of him, man. I think I'm like maybe 7, 8 years older than him. He was like, man, I just appreciate you pouring into my life and, you know, blah, 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 blah. He retired from the Navy. Dog getting big money. Sometimes I call people. My boy Tone called me the other day. We talked for an hour. Man, how you been? That's been my homie for 30 years. Checking on you, man. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Call your people, man. Don't just send them a meme. Come on, man. We got to check on people. One of my homeboys unalived himself, you know, a few months ago. And it hurt. And then I had to really think, like, when's the last time I called, dog? That's a whole nother story, man. Call your people. Check on them. Pop in on them. Knock on that door. Don't stop. Effective communication should not just be on the internet. Break bread with somebody. Call them, hey, man, I want to take you out to dinner. Hit them up. I got another homeboy. He hit me up, man. If I don't answer, he hit me up again. If I don't answer, he hit me up the next day. What up, man? Checking on you. You good? You need people like that in your life. Because I ain't going to lie. Sometimes I ain't all good. I'm in my head, man. I'm thinking about all the stuff that didn't happen to me. And I'm in my head. I'm all mad. And I'm like, you know, I got a court date coming up soon. Like, man, I still got, like, it ain't always sweet. I still got to deal with the consequences of some of my choices, man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I magnify the consequences of my choices. And I'm just like, if I'm magnifying them too much, that's why I love God so much. I look at my phone, one of my homies hit me. Checking on you, man. You good? You good? And it's only a few. It's only a few people who actually call me, reach out to me, and then I do the same. I ain't gonna just send memes or text. I'm gonna call you. You don't answer, I call you the next day. Hey, checking on you, dog. You good? Blah, 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 blah. That ain't the time to be plastic when somebody's calling you. Be 100. Hey, you know what, man? I'm struggling with some stuff right now. I don't like how I feel. I'm angry. I'm upset. I got this and this and this. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, man, pray for me. I'm telling you, man, somebody calling you, you see him constantly calling you, God is telling them to call you. Quit playing. Answer the phone and be 100. Quit being plastic. Quit answering the phone like, hey, man, I'm in Vegas right now about to cash out on a new casino, dog. No, you not. You at home thinking about doing something stupid. Quit lying. Lying too much, man, with this whole imagery. Somebody call me, man, I'm 100. One thing I can tell you about me, I'm a good balance of successes and failures. I'm a recovering dirtbag. I'm still working on stuff. You keep calling me, and if I pick up and I talk to you, I'm going to tell you what's up. Hey, dog. No, I don't like how I feel right now, man. Hey, I almost beat up my neighbor the other day. This is 100%. This was last week. Hey, man, I got to a dog. We was about to go to blow. I'm shouting match broad daylight, bro. Pray for me, man. I got some anger issues. I got this and this and this. You calling me because God wants you to pray for me. I ain't going to be plastic if you hitting me. Stop being plastic. Be 100. You can be plastic on the internet for some followers and likes to shape this image because now attention is currency. And then not only that, we're also stingy with our attention. It's weird. You're like every stranger's post, everything they put up, you'll like it, subscribe, follow, but somebody close to you, they call you. God is putting you on their heart to call you. God is putting them on your heart to call them, and you don't want to call them. Or they put up something, you don't want to hit the like. It's so weird, the proportion between people who view your stories and people who like. Everybody watching, but don't nobody want to reach out. It's so weird. Call somebody. Stop watching and call. You okay, dog? You need some money? Man, I'm going to send you $100, man. Check on the y'all. Man, whatever. This ain't for everybody, man. Some of y'all weird, bro. You know who you are. You weird. You watch everything, but you don't like nothing. You don't call and check on nobody. You a weirdo. What you watching for, you peeping Tom? Put my son in boxing classes. Why not? I mean, but people don't fight no more. They beef online. People ain't got no hands. I can see that now. I got into it with my neighbor the other day. I challenged him to come outside and throw hands. He bigger than me. I'm 6'3", 225. My dog got to be 6'4", 3-something. What you think dog is downstairs? Liz? He about 6'4", 400 pounds. He ain't want to come outside. He don't want no smoke. I'm sorry, hey. Don't nobody want to fight no more. I put my son in boxing classes so he'll know how to have hands. Because I know he's going to be tall. He already 5'11". He got my eyes. He got a lot of mouth, attitude. I noticed that about men, little dudes, insecure men, people who don't have the same background. They always want to challenge you. People with zero accomplishments, they challenge you subliminally with these verbal attacks. They always, like, I ain't going to lie. I don't have the energy to play mental chess with every insecure man I'm around, trying to get one up on me. Well, if I say this, Charlie, I ain't got the energy for that, man. I don't. And I can already see it with my son. He's going to be tall. He's a handsome dude. Now you got to deal with people that's insecure, people that want to play mental chess and do weird, like, you need hands. You need mouth, you need hands. Pause on the mouth. You need good conversation, you need hands. You need to be able to understand the professional level. Like I heard Kanye say this a while ago. He said, I'm in professional rap. That's the difference between just regular rap, professional rap. He said, when you're doing professional rap, you go up against a dude like Drake, he starts to DM your girl. And all of his team starts to DM all the girls on your team. it's subliminal. Like they start doing little stuff, or then they'll get on a song with you. A rapper will get on a song with you and dish you in your own song. You don't even know. Then he go tell his homeboys like, man, he didn't even know I dish him on it. Or even in the podcast world, a dude to get on your podcast, dish you on your own podcast. You don't even know it. And then he telling his homie, see, I dish such and such on this pod. It's weird. Instead of just going to the man and say, I got a problem with what you did. Hey, you got to be prepared for the mental chess battle of insecure dudes, weird dudes. I grew up with both parents, a strong male influence, my dad, granddad, uncles. I always saw those men handle issues face to face. I remember my neighbor came to the house when my dad was gone. Me and my brother was 12, 13, asked to use our lawnmower. I said no because my parents went home. I told my dad, he said, y'all come with me. When my dad got home from work, y'all come with me. We went to the neighbor's house. My dad knocked on the door. Hey, you came to the house and asked for my lawnmower when I wasn't home? Yeah, don't ever do that again. My kids is young. I don't like that. You want to ask for something to use at my house, you ask me. That's how I'm used to handling conflict. But what I noticed is that when I had those type of conversations with weak, insecure men, then now it's weird now. Now they fall back, or now they act weird, or now it's subliminal, it's passive aggressive. I don't know that world. What I know is when two men have a disagreement, we have a discussion face to face, we squash it. Now let's go have a drink. We cool now. But if you grew up with you and your daddy was a basehead, or your daddy wasn't around, or he was on all the hoes in the neighborhood, he was blah, 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 he's an emotional man, you know what I'm saying? You have a strong conversation with a man who doesn't have the same background as you. Now he weird. Now he don't talk to you for 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Or now he talking about you behind your back to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro. I told you did something I didn't like. I had a conversation with you. We should be cool. Not why you being weird. Oh, because you got feminine energy. Your mama raised you. You ain't used to seeing a man have a conversation with another man and then they go out to have a drink afterwards and they cool. Oh, because you got lady energy. Why don't you just sit down to pee? You got broad energy, bruh. That ain't pick my battles. I'm a good balance of successes and failures, but for sure I'm not. Now what I will do is I'll get away from a dude in a heartbeat. Like, you being weird, your energy's weird. We ain't on the same plane. We ain't vibing well. We ain't got the same accomplishments, or you just an insecure, lame, consistently. Yeah, I'll get away from you. I get away from you folks so fast. What else? Ask God about your kids. How you should pour into them, sow into them. You know, I had a dream about one of my daughters that she was running track and beating everybody. A couple years, she didn't really follow through on that dream. When she finally did start running, she was beating everybody. Talk to your kids. Pray. Talk to God. Ask God what your kids are supposed to be doing. Show me in a dream, God, and then pour into that dream. Pour into it. But also be willing to help your kids be separate from society so they can follow their dreams. It's a lot of stuff coming at them right now, more than what it was when we was growing up. Social media, TV. Take their smartphones from them for the week. Give it to them on the weekends. Give them some flip phones. It's too much information. It's too much stuff coming at them that they can't handle. Do not let the world minister to your kids through Instagram, Facebook, all that other stuff. Take their phones, or put some parental monitors on their phone. Let them be real kids, man. Put them in some activities. Boxing, cheer, volleyball, basketball. Why you letting the world raise your kids? Why? You tripping, bro? You know what they're going to show them? Have you ever sat down and watched a program on Netflix with your kids? A kids program? 5 minutes in, you'll see it's two little girls doing something weird. two little boys doing something weird. They're trying to indoctrinate your kids, man, especially if it's Disney or Netflix. You tripping. Stop playing, dog. Stop playing. That's all I got for y'all, man. I love y'all because I love myself.